Welcome back, everybody. And if you caught last episode, we're kind of in a piglin pickle, if you would call it that. I went ahead and I forgot the number one rule of the Crimson Forest. Never open up a chest around a piglin. And I did just that. So, big no-no. Hopefully we can dig ourselves way out here and we're not going to get hurt by any piglins. I was in the process of checking and see what kind of loot that we got. We got a decent amount of stuff. It looks like we got 7 ender pearls, 44 quartz, 30 blackstone. We got over a stack of gravel, which is really nice. A couple nether bricks. 12 leather. I'm really happy about that. We could do 4 bookshelves with it. And some obsidian I put in a chest up there before the piglins got mad at me. So, yeah, not bad. I was trying to think about how we can avoid angering the piglins a little bit. And there is a trick that you can use. Unfortunately, none of the piglins gave me some soul sand. So the idea is that if you place some soul sand down, like soul torches rather, or campfires, stuff like that, piglins are scared of it for some reason. And they have a tendency to avoid it. So that would mean that you're able to create a safe barrier around you, away from the piglins. And usually they give you a decent amount of soul sand. So I'm surprised that piglin didn't give me anything. So we'll find out as soon as we work our way up here eventually. I don't even know how far down we are. Because we fell into that little... Okay, there's the cavity. Yeah, we fell into a hole. I don't think anybody's upset with me. Because I think they would have started coming by now. Do I have any... No, I'm about to break my axe, aren't I? Yeah, I'm pretty sure we seem to be safe. As long as there's no hoggling around anyway. Oh, hello. Everybody okay? We're cool? Okay, we seem to be alright anyway. Okay, so next line of business here. Yeah, we got the crafting tables, we got that. I think what we want to do, because we still want our respawn anchor, but we also want some gold. We're going to try to make our way to that nether fortress. And I'm thinking that if we can get to where the nether fortress is, we might find some gold along the way. So that's the thought anyway. We'll see if that actually happens or not. So, oop, I just grabbed that and I don't have any room for it. Toss those. So, where did we come up at? That's the bigger question. Was it over here? Okay, so that's our crafting table. That's the hole of death that I almost died in. Hello, piglin dude. Well, we might be in another pickle if we can't find our way out. It should be around here, because I didn't really go very far. Hello. That's not it, is it? I took some crimson vines out. Great. Okay, well, let's run around for a tiny bit over here. Maybe we'll see it. Ah, we did see it. We'll place a mushroom right by that ladder and sayonara, fellas. Alright, so I'm about to break my pickaxe, so we'll get another one and then we'll head toward that nether fortress. Figure it out where it's at and we can dig straight up into it, which would be really nice. And down we go again. Whee! Ladders. I love them. So I had a few nice comments in the last video or so. Somebody really appreciated watching the video. They said nice video on it. So I wanted to thank you if you're watching again. I really appreciate that and it made my day. It always makes my day when you guys watch the videos and when you like them or leave me a comment like that. It gives me a lot of joy because this is one of the first things I check when I wake up in the morning before I have to go to real work. So that was really nice, and I'm glad for that. And I hope sincerely that you guys are having a good day and a good time. I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do this episode, and I figured the best thing that we can do is just kind of dig our way to the nether fortress and such and get ready there, because we're going to need it. And even though we don't have a respawn anchor, that is perfectly fine right now anyway, because the idea is just getting there, and as we get there, we might find some gold along the way, and that'll help a lot. So we'll see. We will see. And we do have quite a good amount of ender pearls, which is nice. So we can always try to make our way to the end if we really want to feel like it eventually. But in order to do that, we need some blaze powder to make some eyes of ender, right? Eyes of ender, if you're not familiar with eyes of ender, really little handy tool. You toss them up into the air, and as you do, they follow the direction to the closest stronghold. Now there are several strongholds that generate within a world, and I don't know the exact distance to where, you can toss it before getting a new one, but they usually lead you to a village, and that village underneath it, somewhere around Y level 0, give or take 20, up and down, you'll find a stronghold. And strongholds are pretty cool. So strongholds have a bunch of like cage-like dungeon things. It looks like there's prisoners in them. There's a library, which is one of the main focal points of a stronghold, because in that library there's usually 2 chests, and since they updated to Trails and Tales update 1.19.80, so not the full thing yet, but close enough, you can find a template. That template, I believe, is the eye template, so it gives you kind of a round shape on your chest plate and armor. It's pretty cool. You're guaranteed at least 2 in that library. So, always worth going there. And then, of course, you have the portal that will take you to the end. Now, most often, that portal will have, I believe, 12 Eyes of Ender spots, and most of them are generally full. However, in 2 worlds that I've generated, and one that I played with my wife in, we had gone over there and found out that the portals were completely empty. Which is really odd, because I've had that happen a lot. So you could have up to 12 Eyes of Ender needing to go there. So if you can create like a stack, generally that'll get you basically where you need in terms of getting toward the stronghold. So that's the goal anyway. And when I went into creative mode and I looked for the stronghold, I got to examine it a little bit, and I have 2 blaze spawners, which is really nice. And they're fairly close together, so we could always do like a blaze farm. I've never really made a blaze farm before, but I'm willing to give it a shot. I mean, what's the fun of always doing the same stuff, right? Let's see where we're at here. Uh-oh. Oh, I typed in stronghold, didn't I? Well, yeah, there wouldn't be any stronghold in the nether. That would have been funny if it did come up with something, though. Alright, structure. Second spell. Fortress. 115 blocks away, so we have to go to negative 256 or so, so we're almost there. Yeah, every now and then I talk about, different kind of things that I've been working on in Minecraft and such. And I like to do add-on things. So a few episodes back I had started working on, Braxton blocks and showed you them. And I had a cool idea. I don't know if I really want to do it for this world or not, but I like dungeon generators, random generators like that. So if you've watched Iscal85's Vault Hunters, you'll know what I'm talking about when you get a random dungeon generator. And the idea is that you go room to room, and there are different mobs, points of interest, chests, goods, ores, minerals, and the list continues on that you can find within these dungeons. Oh, hello. Oh, I must be really close to Soul Sand Valley. That's really good, because I'm going to grab some of that. We need that for those piglins. Nice drop. Nice drop. But anyway, so I thought it would be a cool idea to experiment with command blocks in particular to make a dungeon generator. Now the dungeon generator will experience something similar, hopefully, to Vault Hunters, but obviously it's limited in what you could do. I mean, there's only so much that you can do on Bedrock versus Java Edition. But I think it would be kind of neat to play with it. So I found a really cool video on YouTube that explains how to make it using commands. And if I get that worked out and figure out how to do it, I'll show you guys. And maybe we can play around with that idea in a creative world just to kind of see how it would work. But yeah, I'd like something completely randomized. And the other thing I've been kind of thinking about too is, other than like the dungeon generator, a little bit more about maybe a mega base that I want to build, a home base of some sort. And the more I'm thinking about it, the more I think Nether would be a good place to live in. But because I've already lived in the Nether before, and I'm already kind of used to that, I think it would be neat to try the ocean. And I don't know, that kind of excites me a little bit, because if you've done something before, it can get a little bit repetitive. So ocean's kind of neat because you get all the fish, and you can build farms differently than as you would on land. So it would require exploration, and that's one thing I really like about the game, is being able to explore. You know, to be able to find something new, and to be able to just kind of play differently. And if you guys have lived in the ocean before, go ahead and let me know in the comments, because I'd like to know, what kind of farms do you think are good for an ocean? I think of like kelp farms and Mr. Skelly Bob. Hello, he sees me. Hello, sir. Yep, definitely in a Soul Sand Valley. Because normally these guys don't spawn underneath the ground, but I guess they do in here. Yeah, gotcha. Anyway, yeah, so let me know what kind of farms you guys have maybe done or tried underneath the ocean. What was the easiest farm you've done, and what is the hardest one? Just kind of curious is all. Oh yeah, there's my path. I was like, where's my path at? Now, what do you guys think of redstone machines? Redstone is something that's grown pretty popular when it comes to Minecraft in the last few years, I would say. At least since I started anyway. I didn't really see too much other than building and time lapses, but I really have become fond of redstone. And there's a person named DocM77, I believe, on the Hermitcraft server. And he builds all sorts of crazy redstone machines. And in the latest episode that he released for Hermitcraft, he had done a bore drill. Now what a bore drill is it allows you to TNT dupe and create like a mine that constantly goes in one direction, and when that mine blows up blocks, you can go in and collect them, and it just kind of cycles and moves itself. It's really pretty sweet. And it was really funny because Green and Scar, Good Times with Scar, they were experimenting with Doc's machine because they hadn't really done a tunnel bore before, and ended up blowing it up. And this thing was huge. The time and effort goes into it. I think Doc said it would take him about 3 hours to rebuild. But, you know, something like that on Bedrock Edition would really interest me. what's the biggest redstone machine that you guys have ever seen built on bedrock that's actually worked? I personally, I think the biggest one I've ever done was my musical library one that I had just posted a few days ago. If you haven't got to see that yet, that's probably about the biggest redstone machine that I've personally built. But have you guys ever done something like that without TNT duping? Because not on bedrock, but like a bore machine, or how did that work? Was it something that took a long time for you? Just kind of sharing that thought in the comments with other people could encourage them to be able to, build something pretty cool themselves or get up that encouragement. So, yeah, the more we know, the better. We kind of share. Alright, so I think 256 was where the nether fortress was. So we're going to go to 258. How about that? And 7. Now here comes the dangerous part. Because nether fortresses usually sit on lava. And I don't know exactly if this is like right underneath one of the towers or not. So we're gonna risk this and kind of see what happens. And hopefully we don't run into lava. Because if we do, that's a bad thing. We don't want that. And I don't know if ladders burn in lava. So all that hard work of gaining those ladders could potentially be lost. So this is risky. And if we do get some lava, I have to be really quick about it and dropping down. Because I don't want to get toasted. No siree. Boy, digging up through soul sand like this. Oh, that's kind of... Oh boy! Hello! No! Is it coming down? Oh! Woo! Look at that! Well, we learned something new today, or at least I did. Ladders don't burn in lava. That's really interesting. Okay, so if you're building a farm that uses lava now, I guess ladders are a good thing to use? I don't know. Did I get stuck? Can I place blocks up here maybe to... No, I think that's a... That appears to be a lava lake. Maybe. Wonder how far up we can go. This is cool. Yeah, because I'm trying to place blocks around and it doesn't look like... Okay, so there is one. Can I place a ladder here? I can. Woo! Is there another block I can place that on? No? I don't even know. Okay, so yeah, I think we're at the point where this kind of is a lava lake. And I can't seem to place any more blocks. Huh. I can place another ladder on this side. Ooh, this is dangerous. I don't know. Okay, I can place a block there. Now the question is, how close can I get to this without burning? Oh man, it doesn't seem like I can place it anywhere else though. I don't know, I think I'm gonna have to do this a little differently. Let's check something real quick before we call this episode, okay? We're gonna turn this to spectator for a second, just to see how close we are to that fortress. Oh, we were way off. Yeah, if we would have kept going, that would have just taken us to lava, wouldn't it? So what we need to do is we need to head back. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 blocks. Okay, well that's good to know at least. So we'll do that then. But we did learn something pretty cool about ladders. They don't burn, and you can use them to stop lava. So, yep. Alright guys, well, I'll tell you what. We're going to call this episode, and in the next episode, we are going to go ahead and dig straight up into that nether fortress. How about that? So probably about right here is where we want to go, so we'll mark that. Alright guys, well take care for now, and I look forward to seeing you in that nether fortress in the next episode. Bye bye now.